Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Donnie Williams Show. This is the show where I, Todd Anderson, talk about my decades-long acting career at the behest of one Donald Williams, who grew up in the same town as me, around the same time as me. And his name is Donald, not Donnie. I mean, we called him Donnie when we were kids. I'm starting to worry that maybe calling this the Donnie Williams Show, he might not like that because his name is Donald, not Donnie, and maybe he outgrew the nickname. But yeah, I like Donnie. Donnie's whimsical. There's a lot of great Donnies in the world. Wahlberg. Most. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. Anyway, so I was on a show for 5 years called You're the Worst. I was a recurring guest star, which means I was a guest star that was on a lot of episodes. I was heavily recurring, they usually call it, and I was probably half of the episodes over the 5-year run. Some people mistake that for a series regular. That's not what I was. I was not a series regular, I was a guest star. So you can imagine my surprise when in the middle of the third season, I get hired to do an episode and I get the script and it's just me and my character, Dr. Vernon Barbara, is Dr. Vernon Barbara and the character Paul, played by Alan McLeod. We're basically the only two characters in this whole episode, these two recurring guest star guys. And it was a it was a road trip gone wrong story. And the thing about You're the Worst is it looked great and the acting was amazing. I'm not talking about me. I was really good, but everybody was really good. I was really good, but it was a solid bunch of people on that show. But it didn't have there wasn't a lot of money. It wasn't a big budgeted show, despite how good it looked. You might think it cost $1 gazillion, but everybody was working for smaller sums than they might normally, because it was creatively satisfying. So in this episode, it was called The Seventh Layer. It's a road trip gone wrong. I always loved road trip movies growing up, so it was cool to feel like I was in a road movie. And there's this one scene in it because Paul and Vernon get lost in the woods, and they have to build a campfire. And the place we shot it in, it was in Malibu, in this homeowner association area with a giant park that they rented out for weddings or whatever. It was like a giant venue where people lived and stuff. And where this campfire was supposed to be happening in the middle of the woods, completely separate from the rest of the world. The truth is it was just a small wooded area in between a park and a neighborhood full of houses. And it was a night shoot, so we were up all night. And in the middle of the night, there's a heated scene between Paul and Vernon where we start yelling at each other. We're ripping each other apart, screaming. And Alan and I are right in each other's faces. Alan McLeod and I are screaming at each other and really getting into it, lost in the moment and fiery and angry and loud. And in the middle of a take, we hear from off in the woods, "Shut the fuck up!" And both of us sort of, because we didn't know if it was someone from the crew yelling at us, but it turned out to be the person in the house next door, and it was the middle of the night, and we were yelling. We felt bad. But then the director said, "Look, we got to get this, so, don't worry about that jackass." So we finished the scene. Yeah, showbiz. This has been a Blursh production. Blursh.